What is up, y'all? What's going on, everybody? Wanted to talk to you guys after the last video I posted about the Damion Lilard trade, because it has gotten wild since then. And usually I'm not a big guy that tries to push all these fake race issues and everything that everybody says is racist, and there's always racist intent behind everything. And I want to preface what I'm going to say with, I don't think that's also the intent here. But I want to have a hypothetical conversation with you guys for a second, and I want you to think about this. So the report is now that the commissioner has stepped in, Silver, and the league is telling Damion Lillard that if he keeps saying he only wants to go to Miami, that there's going to be repercussions, that he's going to be, they didn't specify what it would be, but obviously it's going to be fines. Didn't say how much. He's going to be fined, and there's going to be disciplinary action if he continues to try to hurt the trade market and say that he only wants to go to Miami. So here's my problem with this, and I have a huge problem with this. One, just out of the whole basis of our country, how about the Second Amendment? He's allowed to say anything he wants. That's problem number one. But here's my real problems with this. So not only is he not allowed to talk, but isn't that allowing Portland to screw over whoever's trying to trade for him? I want you to think it this way. Yeah, that's great for Portland, because then Portland gets to push him off anywhere he wants and spin the narrative and tell the other team whatever they want about him, because he's not allowed to talk. And that's one thing I guess I will make clear with this situation as well, is he is also not allowed, his agent, like if another team calls, his agent and him are not allowed to say, like, well, you can trade for us, but we want to go to Miami. We don't really want to play for you. They're not allowed to tell the other teams that. Not only just say it publicly, they're not allowed to tell the other teams in actual negotiations. So isn't that the same as I go to a used car lot and I say, man, I really like this car. This car, great car. And the salesman just sits there and tells me, hey, listen, man, it's a great car. There's no issues with it. You're going to be really happy, and send me down the road. Well, he already knows there's a transmission leak, and then I have it for 2 days and the transmission blows up, and don't we talk about shitty salesmen and hiding things from people and being disingenuous and dishonest? Isn't that exactly what the league is now trying to allow Portland to do? Trying to hide undisclosed issues from another team that's trying to trade for him? What? Wouldn't the team that's trading for him, one of these other teams, which once again we talked about in the last video, these other teams that don't exist because nobody else other than Miami's made an offer, so I don't even know why this is an issue anyway, but regardless, if another team did get interested and wanted to trade for him, wouldn't they have the right to know what he's prepared to do if they do trade for him? Don't they have the right to know if he won't report? Don't they have the right to know whether he's going to be unhappy or not? Don't they have the right to know that he's going to demand a trade possibly immediately from them as soon as he gets there? Wouldn't they have the right to know that before they decide for their own benefit what their trade package looks like, what type of assets they want to give up for him? Don't they have the right to all the information before they try to dictate a package? That makes no sense for me. Why the NBA is all of a sudden trying to help Portland hide issues from other teams, so the commissioner of the league, who's responsible for the whole league, is helping one team screw over other teams. Well, how is that good for the league? How is that good for Damion Lillard? And how is that your place to decide what someone is allowed to say in the public sphere, what information teams are allowed to figure out in disclosure, and what information is relevant to what people, it doesn't make sense to me. It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen this happen before, where the commissioner or the league steps in and tells somebody what they can say and what their agent's allowed to say in free agency talks. And what? Not only to mention the fact that here is my other point with this, which is what I preferenced at the start of this video. I don't believe this is a racial thing. I don't. But for all of you who do hang on to everything's racist and we're always digging for racist undertones and everything. So we got on Trump for the just shut up and dribble comments, saying, oh, it's so racist, just shut up and dribble. Which it kind of is. I'm not going to argue that. But isn't that exactly what Adam Silver just did? And we didn't hear a peep. Nobody said anything. Nobody said anything about the fact that Adam Silver just told Damion Lilard, listen, what you want for your life is unimportant. Where you want your family to live is unimportant. What you want for your business aspects outside of basketball is unimportant. What you want for your own happiness is unimportant. Your life is unimportant. Your wants are unimportant. And your thoughts and you speaking is unimportant. So here's a thought for you, Damion Lillard. Just shut up and dribble. You're not allowed to speak. We don't want to hear what you have to say because what you have to say is unimportant. The only thing you need to do is shut up and dribble. Isn't that the exact damn thing that people were up in arms about years ago? And it's the same type of comment that we all try to search for racial undertones in. And like I said, I don't believe Adam Silver's being racist. I don't know what the background is. I don't know his relationships to the Portland management or ownership, or there's something weird going on here. It's like the whole league is, the media, the league, everyone's trying to stop like Miami from making this trade real. Like everyone's trying to stop Miami from getting Damion Lillard. I don't understand it. There's something weird below the surface here. But like I said, isn't that something that just in general, whether you want to view it as racist or not, isn't that something that in general we should look at and just say, it's not right? He should have a say in his own life. And I'm not saying that the team has to send him where he wants to go. If the team wants to send him to Detroit, they can send him to Detroit. That's fine. What I'm saying is Detroit deserves to know what his thoughts are on being there before they prepare a package to trade for him. And Damion Lillard has the right to say, this is where I want to go. And Portland has the right to not send him there and send him anywhere they want. Absolutely. That's Portland's right. And his right is to say, this is where I want to go, and these are my thoughts on the situation. And other teams' right is to hear those thoughts and know what they're getting into before they offer a package. I mean, I know the media connection, which I didn't talk about in my last video, and I'll just briefly touch on it here. ESPN is the only ones bringing up these fake trade rumors. What about Boston? What about Sixers? And the fact that there are no real offers and neither team is interested, and their GMs have said that and made it perfectly clear, which we talked about in the last video. Go check it out. But ESPN's reporting those things because I think it's the assistant GM under Cronin, one of his college roommates and one of his close friends is one of the higher ups at ESPN. So he's obviously pulled strings and pulled in favors to have ESPN report all these hypothetical things, trying to drum up a market that isn't there. So he has a connection with ESPN. That's the ESPN connection. Fox Sports isn't reporting this. I shouted out Nick Wright on the last video because he's the only one who's nailed this in the mainstream media about there being no other real offers except Miami. So it has to be at least a decent offer because it's the only offer. So shout out again to Nick Wright, and First Things First, and Chris Broussard, and Kevin Wildes and their whole cast. Love the show. But yeah, so we know that connection and why FS1 reports things one way, which is just hypothetical thoughts and the reality, and then ESPN reports the hypothetical as the reality, trying to drum up a market or drum up public opinion that isn't there. What I don't understand is the NBA angle and the NBA connection. Why is Silver care? Why is he involved? That it doesn't make sense. And why is he trying to suppress Dame and open this market? It doesn't make sense. But like I said, guys, it's just how are you going to tell somebody that they're not allowed to speak? You're not allowed to speak. You're not allowed to say your own thoughts on your life. It's unreal. It's absolutely unreal. Violates the Second Amendment. Violates the trading team's right to know what's going on before they trade for him. It's just mind-blowing to me. It's absolutely mind-blowing. And it was just a wild scoop, and I thought I'd share it with you guys because the whole tone of it just really kind of upset me, where we're saying, hey, your Second Amendment rights don't matter. Just shut up and dribble, and wherever you go is where you go, and you don't even get to make your opinion known because we don't really care about your opinion and it's irrelevant. That whole tone of what's happened, I didn't like, with the NBA trying to step in and issue a memo saying that he will be fined or disciplined or whatever the wording was. He's going to be disciplined for giving his honest opinion on the situation if he's asked. I mean, that's mind-blowing to me. It's crazy that in today's day and age, somebody can ask you, hey, you're probably going to be traded. What do you think about that? Do you have any preferred destinations if you were to be traded? Yeah, I really want to go to Miami. That's really my only preferred destination. I'd really like to go there. That's it. Disciplinary action. You're fined. You can't say that. You can't talk. How dare you speak? You shut up and dribble. I didn't like how this whole thing came across. I didn't like the undertones of it. It really rubbed me the wrong way, and I hope it rubs you guys the wrong way. I mean, the NBA, the NFL, they're businesses. It's free market, and these guys should be able to say whatever they want as far as their own life and their trade packages, and they should be able to say whatever they want in the opinion. The teams have the right not to follow it. That doesn't mean the teams have to do what they say. That's not what I'm saying, but they should have a right to voice their opinion on their thoughts, and nobody should ever basically be told to shut up and dribble and their opinion doesn't matter. We can do better, guys. We can do better in this world. We can do better in these leagues. It's just beyond me that we're at a point where the league thinks they have enough authority to crush somebody's Second Amendment rights and just tell them to shut up and dribble. And that they're willing to hide information and screw over other teams that they're also supposed to be protecting and managing. Wow. Well, that's my 2 cents, guys. I appreciate you hanging in and listening to me. Like I said, it really rubbed me the wrong way. It really bothered me. And I appreciate you guys chiming in and taking my opinion on it. I'd love to hear yours in the comments. Like and subscribe, and we're going to have more content coming soon. And I have a big feeling that the next few days there's going to be a lot of stuff breaking with this Damion Lillard trade after this memo and everything comes out. And if anything big comes out, I'll be sure to touch base with you guys, and we'll talk about it. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and until next time, catch you guys later.